Roll.
America. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please, remain standing, please? We lost a member of our family, of our Holy family yesterday. Clark Kimball, who was our building inspector, passed away yesterday. It was very brief, illness more or less, so, I'm sad and everything, so I just want to give like a minute of silence.
Moment of silence.
For the memory of Clark. Thank you. I just want to say something, for the chief employee of the county, after years there, wonderful person. Couldn't expect a nicer person than Clark. And everybody that dealt with Clark, like all these expected to be a Clark, has praised him all the way through, so we met them. I am Mike Bond.
Jeff Doherty. Diana Klein.
Greg Simpson is not here today. Is that right? It's not time. I made a motion to open a public comment number 1. On the second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Is there a list? Oh, there is a list. I want you to be aware of something. If you make a public comment here, the policy is that you state what you have to say and there's no conversing back and forth going through there. And so basically it's like if you hear us not respond to it, it doesn't mean we won't respond to it. Just not right now at this point. Lynn?
Bob. Burgess.
Stand at the mic. Could you stand at the microphone? Thanks.
I'm Bob Brundage, I'm at 66 Main Street, and I'm here to hopefully talk in favor with great gusto about the old tree behind the old library. It's a gorgeous old tree, got quite a history. I had a gentleman come who is an arborist, looked at it and said, needs little work, but not much. And it'd be a shame to lose that. It's a beautiful walnut tree stump, over 100 feet high, canopy more than 70 feet. That's wonderful. I made some photos and had some suggestions on it, and I'd like to give that to the board if that's possible. Other than that, I'll find out later just which direction the board wants to go. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank
It's a
you.
great trip. I'll give it later.
I'll give it
You
now.
can give it to us now. Thank you.
Just watch out for all the wires. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna spring it over the thing.
Yeah, I'll hand him
I
down.
don't know how many I've got there. I think
You want him back?
no.
There's
Only
extra
if they're on.
No, don't worry about it.
Somebody else, Lynn?
And Hi, my name is Shannon Powell. I'm the director of the Hurley Library. Good evening and thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm here on behalf of the Hurley Library to share concerns about safety and parking as the town moves forward with construction at the adjacent property. The library is a heavily used public space serving residents of all ages, including children, seniors, and individuals with mobility challenges. During peak hours, especially now in the spring and summer, we already experience limited parking and peak traffic flow. Construction underway, we anticipate these challenges will increase significantly. Our primary concern is safety. Reduced parking and increased construction traffic may create hazardous conditions for pedestrians, particularly families with young children and older adults who rely on safe, close access to the building. We are also concerned about emergency access and the ability for patrons to enter and exit the library safely and efficiently. In addition, the loss or disruption of parking could limit access to essential services the library provides, including educational programming, technology access and assistance, and use of the building as a cooling center during these changes. We respectfully ask the town to work closely with the library to develop a clear written plan that prioritizes safe pedestrian access to the building, adequate and clearly marked parking for library users, traffic flow that minimizes risk during construction, and ongoing communication so we can adapt services as needed. The library is committed to continuing to serve the community throughout this project, and collaboration will be the key to ensure that residents can do so safely. Thank you for your time and consideration. Thank you.
Anybody wish to speak? All right, make a motion to close public comment number one.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, so be it. I want to do one thing right away. I want to go a little further here because we have an injured person here that has to go home. So this is John Bruss, the Delaware engineer. He is his firm is the one that's will be constructing the highway road, so he should give an update.
You just pass this down.
If I only knew that this guy had us sitting here for a long time, I'd want this a long time. My report will be pretty brief here tonight. It's been a while since I've been in front of the board. About 6 weeks ago, we met with the DPW team and some members of the board. And we put some specifics to the site plan for the new highway garage. You might recall it's about 180 feet by 80 feet up on the park project, on the park property. We are in the midst of design. We recently got the geotechnical borings back, and those borings allow us to proceed with the foundation design and such, as well as septic system design. Our plan is to put a 30% design package out for an independent cost estimate. Our guys will do the cost estimating, and then we'll go out to another third party for cost estimating. We'll be doing that in June. Then we'll come back to the board with that costing information and probably the DPW team. And we'll see if that cost estimating informs any decisions about setting the project up differently so that we might have, when we actually go out for the solicit bids, we might have more alternates than we originally planned, so we can come within the budget that the board deems appropriate. So we'll be back to you in June for that. But right now, things are proceeding along just fine. We've got some good subs and all is good. Pending your questions.
June for the estimates, I guess, right? So when you, for example, if everything goes to as planned and so forth, when do you think you start putting a shovel to the ground?
You know, depending on how long into the fall we get, we either start in the late fall so that concrete work can be done in December, January-ish, November, December, or we elect to wait until the spring. Because if we are out there during extreme cold conditions, we're going to wind up paying for that. So our plan is to get it done in late fall, get it out to bid. That process sometimes isn't straightforward, depending on pricing. That's our intent, though. Right.
Mike, do you have any questions to ask with them?
Yeah, just the one with the foot, when we can get in there, punch the road and access.
So you can, if you're going to self-perform that, we just need to have our stormwater pollution prevention plan designed, done, and approved before you do that. So late this summer, are your guys will be available to do that?
That was the plan, yeah, we were gonna.
That's
about it. Austin,
say late summer.
perfect.
Any questions from the board?
Any other questions?
Any
All right,
questions from the audience?
we'll be back in June. And I might have this on the other arm that I can get out.
I'll find you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of minutes.
I'm gonna abstain from these because
because I haven't been on.
Thank you.
Take care, John.
Yeah, but I think you should guys should go ahead.
Have a good night.
All right, have, you guys looked at the minutes? Diana? Are you okay, Diana?
Yep.
Rick? Yeah. I looked at that. It was just like some typos you corrected them.
I just got the one, and so, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Improve the goals.
Okay. I make a motion to accept, I'm sorry.
Were there any other changes?
No, I'm gonna abstain because I have not been on email. I've been on medical, so I'm gonna abstain.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of March tenth, March 24th, and April 14th. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Diana?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, supervisor report, I'm gonna send it to, Wendy, who was the financials.
Up on the screen, but tell me if you need a different page.
Yeah, I know, that's fine.
Okay.
Anybody who doesn't know me, I'm the town bookkeeper. So you guys have in front of you the balance sheet. It's dated as of today. Everything is, pretty decent. We're coming along really well. Nothing to highlight there. You guys also have in front of you, the budget versus actual. As of today, it doesn't include the vouchers that you're signing tonight. Right now, we haven't moved a lot of money over from capital. We're gonna work on that next week, Mike and I. But, right now, we're looking at about, Jeremy, just switch this up to the one that says, does not include vouchers going, keep going, it's not the scan.
No, I've only got those.
Right, well, it doesn't like you. I apologize. However, you can, if you pop that up, that's all you got.
I have,
You should have 3. You should have 1 more. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so we have about 55% of our budget left as of right now.
I don't know
That'll
why this is
fluctuate a little bit because we do have to do some capital transfers that we haven't done. But otherwise,
That's
we're
it.
looking really good. We're really trying to keep track of everything we're doing and working closely with the highway department to make sure that, everything gets into the right fund. Other than that, the
Yeah,
third
that's all I
report that you guys have is abstract 7. That'll just give you a rundown of the, different vouchers that we paid the last time on the 14th. Everything else is great. I do want to make the board aware. I sent an email. I don't know how many people check their email, but, Stephanie Converse is working with me as well. This is a new addition. She's taken a really, really good hold to the vouchers. Which I think is great. She's, the invoices are coming in. I'm reviewing everything. Stephanie is creating the vouchers. She's learning the different funds. She's learning what is the A fund, which is general. She's learning what the D fund is, which is highway. She's learning a little bit about the grants and how we fund them and things like that. She has a lot to learn, but she's doing terrific. She's working roughly between 6 and 10 hours every 2 weeks with me. And I just want to thank you because it is making things a lot easier on my plate.
Good.
I am able to kind of twist and, watch what she's doing, but also spend a lot more time really reviewing the detailed part of the financials, getting into QuickBooks, working a little bit closer with Mike so we can tie things up so we're not running so crazy at the end of the year. So I really thank you for making that transition. It's been extremely helpful.
But I saw the email and I haven't been able to personally see Stephanie to thank her, but
No.
I'll publicly thank her.
And
for-
we've done a really good job, Mike and I and Smart, to just say, thank you. This transition is great. And it's really helping. The other thing I'd like to point out is the bookkeeper's office is no longer shoved in the town clerk's office. It is now,
Goes
housed
into
in,
my office.
well, it was, you kicked me out. So now we are in the assessor's office, which again, I thank the board. I thank Matt Jakowski for listening to me because it is making a huge difference. I work really closely with Mike. I work very closely with Samara. And just having that shorter distance and being able to yell over and say, hey, this is saving us a ton of time. So again,
And steps, right?
yeah, and steps. I mean, yeah. So again, thank you so much for listening to my concerns, my complaints. We are finally at a place where it is making the financial system work a lot better.
Is that 2 questions?
Yes,
It's only 6 to 10 hours every 2 weeks?
roughly. It really depends on what I need her for. Mostly,
That's what why we pray that other part job, because that's.
yeah.
You people to be learning your job and.
If she's learning, I mean, right now, Lynn is using her, when she needs her. So we're all trying to
see how it works. It may end up being more hours, it may end up being less hours. It really depends on what works best for the town.
Okay, and the other thing is that, when are we getting rid of ADP? I thought we were not gonna.
We have had, the board has signed up for Recalibrate. That is going to be our new payroll system. We have had the first meeting of many that are going to be weekly. Samara and I working with them. They are in our ADP system. They have their own logon. They are pulling data. Samara and I are working closely. You know, there's a lot of information that we really want to take it slow so that we make sure we build Recalibrate correctly. Once we do, we will be meeting with the highway department to make sure that they have the reports they need and the access that they need. So it's going to be a slow process, but by the end of the year, it is our goal that it is going to be much, much faster, better, and accurate. And that's it.
One thing also I'm gonna say too, Wendy's been working close with Caitlin,
Yes,
the new secretary at the highway department,
fantastic.
and it's working out really nice, Mike.
Yes, it is.
You know, even though, for example, she's a college graduate, very new on the job, I'm hearing great things about it.
Yeah, no, she's receptive to my emails. She's taking things on her own to look for something. Yeah, it's great. It's really working out, and I've been sure to express that to Mike Schultz as well.
Great.
Well,
One thing I just wanted to ask though is that balance sheet, can that be sent out to the department heads so that we all know where our budget stands? I track my own budget, but in the past, we always had those financials.
is it on the,
They're on, I put them on the website. They're on the supervisor page of the website if you ever need them.
If you, just send me an email in the morning, remind me, and I'll send you whenever you want. Monthly, quarterly, whatever works.
Mike, I don't have a warrant list either.
No, I don't either.
I gave it to the clerk. I was there.
Which was given to secretary and was given to Jeremy and should be posted on the website.
is it on the website?
It is. Well, the one Wendy gave us today will be up tomorrow morning.
No, the warrant.
Yes, the most recent warrant is on the website.
She got it 2 weeks ago. So she just neglected it. If you want it, I'll go in my office and pull it out.
One was put in last Thursday.
I have it. It's there.
On the 23rd, it was stamped on the 22nd, but I handed it in.
Tomorrow might have just reluctantly forgot to put it in the packet. Again, you have to understand Mondays and Tuesdays here are insane for us before a meeting. I will do my best to remind her as well.
I've seen
I'll
it
stick
on,
me on my
I've
desk
seen it on.
To remind
I
her.
know, Mike makes the point to give it to us because he wants us to have it.
Yeah, no.
Well, legally, I have to do it because that's my legal obligation. of Showing the board all my expenses every month.
Mike, it's right there.
I'll do my best to remind Samara as well. She probably just reluctantly forgot it. Just really.
So it's there, it's on the website. All right. Lynn? You want to, say?
Can I bring up the collection report?
I shall.
The town clerk collected about $36,000 in March, 21,000 of it was from the transfer station. The building department accounted for another 13,000. Local law 1 of 2026 regarding the grievance day was filed in New York State on the town e-code website. I attended the Town Clerks Association meeting with sessions on the gaming laws, assessors, planning and zoning. They also did a presentation on human trafficking. Budgeting 101, some tax collecting, marriage records, and using AI and local government. I completed 5 of 20 courses in Certified Town Official Program, which this year tests down, this is open to all town officials and a lot of employees. The 20 class program for patient towns. And when Mike sent around some of the stuff they have online, they have a conference coming out next week in Albany. For town officials. Anyway, so if you want to do some serious ed, it's available there. I also completed the notary class. I expect to take the test on June 4th. Now that we've got through it. Sufficient point is what we're doing. We started to work on getting the hunting and fishing licenses in here before July comes up. Stephanie is working about 6 hours a week, 6 to 8 hours a week with, the bookkeeper. Our office is a lot more easier to be in there and manage other work. It's the bookkeeper got her own office now. That's, and the work's been completed. So we've moved the furniture around and that's functioning really well. As for tax collection continues until June 1st, Monday. Late notices are going to be now tomorrow and Thursday. We collected 8 million out of 8.6 million, or 93% of the total tax line to date. Thank you.
Thank you. John?
I just have a couple things I want to say before I go into recreation. The first thing, if you look on your abstract 007, you'll see the, a lot of Mike's, reports are on that voucher. That's the first thing I just wanted to bring to your attention. So you do have, when you sign those vouchers today, you have that, and actually, that's one of the things I'll talk about at the end is what Wendy's provided to you in your abstract. If you look through here, you can see a lot of not a lot, but all of the highways are also in here. You should have that abstract from Mike as well to go by, but it is, if you need to review it, it's in here. Lynn, I'm sorry, there was 85 death certificates in March? 85, or is that from January through March? You have the registrar of death certificates of 85. You had 85 deaths in March.
Those are certificates that were printed.
85? No, but 85 of them were done in March.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
Not 85. Yeah.
No, I know what she's talking about. All right, so as far as the parks go, lots going on with the park. First thing is I'll talk about the Memorial Day. We're in full swing with that. Michael, you're going to be talking about our Grand Marshal, I think, further into our presentation tonight. So everything is in place for that. We're waiting for our lineups to happen for our parade goers. So that comes on usually, unfortunately, in the last minute. So our park updates. So we have the new signs have been installed at the entranceway to the park. I think they look great. I appreciate everybody's approval. I'd like to work really hard to try to get Patrick up there, and even if I have to go up and help and really clean out those beds and get that where those signs are done up nice. I mean, the presentation looks great with the signs. It needs to be completed now. Maybe get some new vegetation or something in there.
Yeah, the sign looks great.
Oh,
I saw that.
moving forward, next week, I think it's going to be perfect timing. We have our field updates are going to happen. We have about 500 yards of topsoil being brought in. We have it being leveled out with the fields. We have hydro seeder coming in. I think it's going to be perfect timing with our spring rains coming in, and it should have the fields available by, if we can get it in next week, I should have the fields available by early June to mid-June. So all of our leagues can participate on the field, and we should be safe into the fall with football. And that should be the bulk of our grant monies that coming through. So I'm also working with Delaware Engineering, John, who just left. He had given me one of his coworkers the ability to establish a master plan for the park. They're doing that pro bono based on all the money they're getting for us for our highway garage. So they are working with us, and should have something more physical to present next month. And then we also got our grass trimming. We got our bids in today. Mike, if you want me to discuss that.
Sure.
So today we had 3 bids that came in. McDermott Landscaping was the lowest on all aspects from 5 or 6, 7 different areas of the town that we're bidded on. So they will be our backup to our Patrick.
Oh, you're gonna put those bids, but how did you put those bids out?
RFP, you put an RFP over
Yeah, but
a
on
month
the
ago.
call basis, so what you gave it amount, did we call them? Or what's your, are we doing our own?
Yes,
These are backups.
these are back.
So
Right,
this
so
is if
the-
Patrick can't come, yes, and they're
Right,
aware of that.
So when he bid, did he give a certain amount? Here's what I would charge if you call me, is that what?
Yes.
That's what this is.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually McDermott actually did a much better job of doing a detailed base. So
He lives in Overlook, right?
I know he's a Hurley guy. I don't know if he still lives.
No, he lives in Marlton, I think.
Is he in Marbletown now? I know his parents live in,
His parents
Over
on
there.
Overlook.
but, yeah, so, he did a much better job even with the detailing. So let's say, for example, we can't
Well,
do,
let's see, that's fine.
yeah. But I mean, to answer your question, it's definitely much cheaper. I mean, significantly cheaper than the other two. So, so thank you for Mr. McDermott for that. And again, that's a backup. So if Patrick can't complete his tasks, or if it's Mother Nature's, makes it to the point where he's unable to do so, and we're good to go with a little help if need be.
Early day.
Early day is actually I'm going to leave up to Wendy, but because she's now the chair of that group.
Whatever. So Hurley Day, we're doing really good. We're making progress. It is October 18th, which is a Sunday. We are tying it in with the Capitol Run. Our hope is that the Capitol Run, I believe, help me out here, comes down Main Street.
Mhm. Hurley Avenue.
Hurley Avenue and then ends up on Main Street.
Correct.
So our hope is that we'll be able to get some of those participants and audience members and such to come down to Hurley Day. Hurley Day will be here at the town hall. So far we have WDST, which is going to sponsor us for a small cost. They are going to be blasting out ideas, or not ideas, but basically like emphasizing that, Hurley Day is coming, you should join, they will be here. We have craft vendors and such that are going to be in the middle of the parking lot. We have figured out that we have spots for approximately 15, probably could fit a little bit more in if we did double. As of right now, I think the last count was that we have 10 vendors. We have some amazing vendors. Most of them are local, anywhere from honey products to homemade jewelry to pillows and pot holders and things like that. So we have a tremendous amount of people that are going to come show their crafts. We also are looking into food trucks. We are looking for 2 food trucks, or at least 1 food truck and 1 other food vendor. So if anyone has ideas or knows anyone that has a food truck, please reach out to me here at the town hall. Otherwise, we're working with the PTAs from Meyer and Woodstock to hopefully have some sort of children's booth. We are looking to have story time in here and then maybe some other small child activity crafts in here. We have Judge Parker, who has greatly volunteered to do balloons. So we're going to try and do balloons. We're still looking into exactly how we're going to do that, but they will be helium filled. And we are looking into a possible petting zoo for the children as well. We are looking at ideas to see how much that's going to cost and what will come with that. And we are working with the local fire departments and fire districts to have traffic control and possibly an ambulance and a fire truck if we can all fit it in this area. And our hope is that people can park at the Early Reformed Church. Am I correct, Diana? Is that the name of it? Early Reformed Church?
Yes.
And possibly at the Farm Hub. And then from there, we're not 100% sure.
Rail trail, too.
The rail trail, exactly. So if anyone is a vendor and interested, please again, reach out to me. Otherwise, food trucks, and we are looking for volunteers. So if anybody wants to come hang out approximately from say 11 to 5 to help set it up, the actual event will be 12 to 4, but I would love someone to dress up as a clown. I do have some ideas. So if anyone has a clown, no, not me. If anyone has a clown costume, I'm looking for that to be donated. Otherwise, we are open to all ideas. We meet the 3rd Monday at 7 o'clock here at the town hall. Please come join us and give me your ideas.
I just have one more recreation thing, and then I just want to speak a little bit if I can. So I also have I'm trying to set up a rail trail meeting for maintenance and to see if the rail trail committee needs some assistance. I know they're having some tough times with some of their volunteers, so there might be a situation where the town needs to step in a little bit here and assist in that. So I'll be sitting down with Ralph, and I'll relay that back to the town board to see where we're at with that. And then lastly, it has nothing to do with recreation, but I just want to acknowledge my gratitude to the town board for the last 3 years of putting me into a position of assisting with the budget and being the budget officer. And I just want to say, at this point in time, I'm no longer really needed for the daily tasks that were at hand that were requested of me. Between Wendy, now Stephanie, and of course, Mr. Bombs, I don't hit the clock anymore. So I just want to say kudos. It's taken a little bit of time, but I think the town is in a much better position, and for the future will continue to be so. So my last bit of,
Thank
well,
you.
you're welcome. So my last bit of what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach Mike how to do the budget. And then that'll be my
Good luck
last,
with that.
that'll be my last budget. And then, so on and so forth. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
John.
John.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike? You want to say something about the highway department?
Just that, we hit the ground running early this year. We've done, we're in the process of doing Perry Lane right now. We got the easements and Lightning Street. We started that. We've got 100-foot pipe in already and catch basin. We hope to be out there in a couple of weeks. We're gonna have to raise Arnold Drive up about 12 inches to give it a cover on the site. That's really pipe that I can't even think of all that we got done. There's one on Laurel Road up 28. We got that done. And we're trying to get all these little ones that were emergencies done before we get back to Joyce Lane. I should have the 284 completed for you this week. Last night, I finally got the current cost per ton of blacktop. Quite a bit higher than last year, so I'm gonna have to put the numbers and get that to you. So I'll be ready for the next meeting. I'll have it this week, like I said, and everybody can look at it. There's a lot going on.
Have you heard anything about more increase in the CHIPS money from the state?
What's that?
Have you heard anything about the increase in the CHIPS money?
No, the budget's not passed. I've not heard anything.
State budget.
We're watching it, paying attention. I don't know if they're gonna increase it or not. We do have some rollover funds. There was no application put in that we're getting any money back right now. But, they've been working with Daniel and guys down at the DOT. Came moved to the county association meeting with all the highway trucks on Friday. And the DOT woman was actually there, talking to all the highway clerks in the county. And so it should be a little bit easier for everybody to submit. But as of right now, I don't know how much we're gonna get blacktop this year because of the extended costs, the increased costs. We're gonna do our best. I know that Joy's Lane, we don't have the capability of paving that road the way it needs to get paved. Our paver won't do it. So we're gonna have to file a contract and we're gonna go out to bids and get bids from the three pavers. Everything else we plan on doing ourselves. So we're gonna do as much as we can. I know a lot of people have a lot of things that we want to do and we try to prioritize, like how many homes are affected by stormwater. Some of the issues that come in are just cosmetic. What's supposed to driveway and what's happening and washing some of the soil out every spring. Things of that nature. Yeah, cosmetic, but we have somebody's basement going up, which is for the water. That's an issue. And I'm really proud of what we got done on Joyce Lane. Joyce Lane is the most difficult drainage project we undertook in the last 9 years. We were working 6 feet in the ground with boxes, because earth was plastering and water. Prior to that project, we had 8 to 10 inches of ice on the road that we had to go down and scrape ground over. This year, there wasn't a speck of ice on the road. It's really amazing. So it's the guys.
So if you're in brush pickup right now too?
Yeah, we're brush pickup and everybody's, if we go through the neighborhood, they're rushing out, we're dragging more brush out. Anybody that didn't meet the specs, we're not gonna pick the brush out. If they put out more than 2 cubic yards, we're gonna tell them that the landfill is accepting brush free of charge. But we can't keep, we don't have the time and the manpower to keep going back around neighborhoods and picking brush up. I only have 3 men on that detail and the other 3 men are up working on the drainage project. So we're really tight scheduled here. Like we used to. So, we're gonna adhere to the rules and regs that we put out there for brush pickup. And some of these places we go and they got brush piles from here to the front of the building. Just don't buy them. We have a lot of time to pick that up.
I want to say something about the highway department. We had a lot of things done in this town of Hurley, tremendous amount of things that we done. And that's because there's a great cooperation between the town and the highway department. And I want to thank you, Mike. because, it reflects on you, more or less, what's being done. I
And
thank you for
it's
that.
you too, because you're giving you the tools to get it done. You know,
It
you're.
reflects on the town and the highway.
Yes, and,
No,
mutual agreements that we all work together to get things done. And that it's built together since I took office is second to none. We've never undertaken these projects. We always farm these projects out. And like I said, when you farm a project out, a guy sitting on a shovel making $84 an hour. An excavator operator making 120, 130 an hour. The painter guys,
$33.
they're worth every penny that they get and more. They do absolutely fantastic work. They're out there. You know, we get the plans, we go out and we shoot them with the transit, we find out that, you know, the engineers are a half inch off. And they pick that stuff up and they have to regrade everything and do the numbers back, so they make sure we get the right pitch on all pipe. You know, it's not just go out, dig a hole, throw a pipe in and do it, you know, it's all the calculations that lead up to it, so that the whole system works. They do amazing work, I'm really proud of them.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thanks, the highway department. Thank you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, next thing is the building department, and you see it up here. By the way, we have a new inspector, and again, like, the loss of Clark was tough, it was hard, and so forth. So, new inspector is Julian Spencer, who comes from Woodstock, and,
Did you go to training last week?
you went to training last week? Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, he went to training, of course, Clark couldn't go. So, and he's doing a fantastic job. When I speak to him in the morning, every time, and he's on the ball, he's everything coming together. Yeah, so,
I keep meaning to stop and say about it.
what's that?
I keep meaning to stop and say about it. I keep guessing how I.
Look forward to working with.
Oh, he's fantastic so far.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing that when I checked on his references, he gave me 3 references. I called one of them up, which is the acting assessor for Woodstock, and she gave me a glowing report. I then had 2 of my own references. I called up the planning secretary for Woodstock, glowing report. And I called up Rich McKenna, who's the supervisor who was at that time, who hired him, a glowing report. My feeling was that all 3 read the same script, it seemed like. But it was really nice, and meeting him and understanding and seeing more or less of his work. It's real nice. It's real beautiful to see what he's doing. So we're thankful to have him there. You can see that, I guess, Lynn mentioned about $13,000 was the monthly revenue for the building department, over $32,000 for the year so far. And essentially, looking at this from last year, we're on par. Last year we actually had something that cost $200,000 in building permits, more or less. So we're getting there. This is 32,000 came in a slow season. January, February, March is very few things being done. It's picking up right now, right when you have a new building inspector there. coming through. Okay, the assessor.
And up. There you go. Whoops. Right past
Yeah,
that.
and basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales coming through here, and now what's important about this thing is that if those things are involved with mortgages, the town collects a mortgage tax, and this is part of our revenue coming through it. So these are the prices the sale prices that were made in that sense. So again, this comes from Brittany Santarelli and Patty Smith, who's our assessors. Okay.
So just to make note of that, 5 of those 7 are $500,000 or more, which is approximately $150,000 over the median price of what we are now assessed at. So this is why our equalization value keeps dropping. These sales of these homes are just phenomenal.
Well,
We can't keep up with it.
No, what it is when we had equalization, we were 60% when we first started the equalization, and then we were 100% about a year and a half ago. Within 8 months, we were 8% down. In other words, we actually had 100% equalization. Within 8 months, we're down to 92%.
Yeah.
After 1.5 years, we're down to 81%, which is really like the statistics. It's crazy because that's telling you how much the price of houses are going. There are houses that sold for millions of dollars coming up there. And what's going to happen basically is we're going to have to do another equalization.
Reval.
Yeah, do that.
$50,000.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still something like that.
also that voucher to the town of Wyndham
Yes,
for box culvert.
that's a $30,000.
Right, we're saving about 150, 175% on those culverts, but what those are going to fund. That's another job that we're gonna be doing right after. Joyce Lane, that's 8 years of the making.
You know, it's amazing that we applied for, it's a $675,000 project, what they're talking about, in the culvert in Nissen Lane. And we applied for a grant for that culvert more or less, and we were denied because we're too high of an income down the road, which is not really true. But that was a competitive grant, and we weren't given it because of our high income, having income needs.
I'd like to, any way that I can.
Okay. Greg? Okay, so Greg, we're talking about what, 3 minutes?
Actually, we are going to keep it tight. So, first, Greg Trump, Chair of the Planning Board. And, I've been doing presentations on zoning code updates and amendments for the last, I don't know, 6 months, it feels like.
Well, nothing to show me tonight, so that's good.
Yeah, so today we were going to be talking about, changes to the zoning enforcement officer and the code enforcement officer, which are two roles that are defined in our town code. The issue is that those two roles are highly overlapping and creating a lot of confusion and so forth in there. The recommendation that's coming through after doing a full analysis is simply to revert to a single role of code enforcement officer. So that means there's not a lot to show, since we're just going to be mostly deleting code. But we are going to show the details of those at the next meeting when we also go through the ZBA event. So it seemed a better fit to do that, and rather than tying up the board's time with a lot of detail that is going to make more sense, since we'll be actually looking at the entirety of the zoning code amendment at that point. In terms of the schedule, though, we're looking at, as I said, draft code for that at the next meeting. All draft code for the entire amendments and so forth by the end of May. So it should be delivered to you by the May 26th meeting. And that's really the opportunity to open up the public hearing.
Do
And
we want
begin
to,
that process.
I'm sorry, May 15th, 14th?
So May 26th is when we're going to have all of the draft code available.
Did we look at the RMAs, the road maintenance agreements for private roads?
So no, that has not, that's actually a little more complicated, and it's going to end up in the 2027 zoning code amendments. So we're going to deal with it. And that has to do with it's in part of streets and roads and subdivision. So, different part of the code. Yeah,
I have a quick question. So, by designating them zoning enforcement officers, does that change any of the civil service, job descriptions?
so we're going to get to, there is a separate civil service role that's associated with zoning enforcement officer. However, the way our building department works and the roles that they fill, there's no way to create yet an additional role that would utilize that. It's not the same thing as like a stormwater officer. That's simply a title with a set of authorities that can be planted on a different civil service role. We need to actually take the roles that are with the CEO and apply it to who we actually have, which are building inspectors and code enforcement officers.
Which is how we used to.
That's correct. That's correct.
This was, the change was to put a specific CEO in there. We know the reasons why that was done, but
Yeah.
going back to the, right.
So when I got to the bottom of how did we get here, you know, there were better choices to deal with that at that time than make the big amendment to the code. So what we're going to do is largely revert. There are some minor pieces of the existing code that will incorporate into the CEO role to create some clarification. We'll go over that next time. So, all of this, at the May 26th meeting, I'll go over the timeline of all of the regulatory things we need to do to get the town law passed. But ultimately, this is going to arrive at, August for a vote or final approval. Any other questions?
Oh, thank you. This is so much needed. Thank you for taking the lead on this, because we'd still be sitting here without making progress. So appreciate it very much.
All right.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
3 minutes. Okay, the resolutions they were talking about, approve the members for the Board of Assessment Review. And the resolution is to appoint Carol Graham and Tracy Kellogg to be in, the Board of Assessment Review. That will be on the fourth Thursday.
First
First Thursday
After the fourth Tuesday.
It is.
It is.
28th. All right, so they're gonna be, well, you have to approve them. I make a motion to appoint, Carol Graham and Tracy Kellogg to the Board of Assessment Review. Do I have a second? All right, any discussion? All right,
Was there an issue about serving justice, serving on the board? Was that resolved?
that was, yeah, we found out that she can.
She can.
She can. The only problem, she has, if by chance, someone's on the board, someone comes up, then involved with her, she has to recuse herself. But as long as they have a quorum up there, that's fine. We have like 5 members on the committee, yes. Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so it's. Next one is resolution to approve Archtop. We changed our internet service from, Archtop, from Spectrum to Archtop, let's say, like to Archtop. All right, and the reason being very simply is, first of all, it's cost. What it is right now that Spectrum charges us $149. Let me get the exact figure here. All right, they charge us $104 right now, and this is for 20 megs of upload speed and 500 megs of download speed. Those of you who remember, like, during the summertime, when the weather hit 90 degrees, we were out. Spectrum died. All right, and this was going on for like 3 or 4 weeks last year, where we sat around and played cards. We really couldn't do anything there. It was like really disheartening. So I went
home.
You were working.
Right.
No, I'm just saying the fact is that was one of the problems. Now, the thing is also going to Archtop, for $180 a month, we're getting 1 gig. We're getting 1 gig of upload speed and 1 gig of download speed, which is important.
I think the motion is.
160. 161, sorry.
Just go and motion it.
You don't have further
I don't
discussion?
think there's.
We got a whole spiel here.
We all expect them, we all know the problem.
Hopefully also. All right. Sorry, Greg.
That's right. I can give a little bit more context to this. Mike is exactly right. Extra dollars a month for town hall, you get 20 times the upload. And if you just think about the impact to sort of the productivity of people here, I kind of estimated it as about 100 bucks for every 10 minutes. That's the impact we do. So you can quickly see how having the additional upload speed is going to deliver itself very well.
Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going for a record. You have one more thing to say?
One more thing. So, in reviewing, we noticed that we have a double internet connection up at Dove Hill. We can eliminate one and save $100 a month.
Nice.
I gotta talk to you, Mike. I gotta talk to you why we still have internet service at the Dug Hill Garage.
I already talked.
All right, okay, we'll talk about it. Good enough.
Nice.
We're gonna get Starlink for $30 a month.
All right,
Need a second.
all right.
Need a
I
second.
make a second, hold on a second. I make a motion to accept changing from Spectrum to Archtop at Town Hall. Do I have a second?
Okay.
We have the discussion? No discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
When will that be available?
Okay, next one is, resolution to hire Javier Perez Jr. as a part-time transfer station attendant at $17.34 an hour, and he'll be working 12 hours, working Tuesday, well, 12 hours. Right now, he's working Tuesdays and Saturdays, which is a heavy day up there, and, basically, he said 12 hours where he's needed. Discussion?
Yes, who did you motion?
I didn't, I didn't.
Why don't you make a
Well,
motion?
I make a motion.
Motion first and then we discuss. Yes. Make the motion, discuss.
I'll start again. You make a motion, you accept this resolution. Is there this, we have a second here? All right, discussion?
Yes, is this going to impact having Patrick going up there? Because Patrick has been filling it, so we now have an additional person?
No, Patrick is being taken out of there because he's needed now for mowing.
Okay.
All right, and other things, all that, so, basically, he's gonna be working there 5 days a week here at Town Hall.
Okay.
Okay,
So it's split this time.
Yeah.
so any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Keep my mouth shut.
all right. I make, okay, next one is the resolution establishing the senior outreach committee. All right, I'm making a motion.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? Yeah, there's a discussion going on there. I read the paper, recently, it might have been a Hurley resident where a resident was not responding to any knocking the door and so forth, and, neighbors then called the police, and they did a welfare check on her,
Well,
and,
care.
welfare, I'm sorry. And what happened basically is they found her and she died. And when they found her, she was also emaciated. And, it was difficult. So what I want to do is I want to have a senior outreach or an elder care committee on this where we can actually literally get some names, the names of elderly people who are shut-ins more or less from the assessor for the sign for the, enhanced star, also from the Department of Aging. All right, so, we put out right now, Diana, I recommend Diana to be the lead on this. All right, we put out there for volunteers. We got 4 already.
Yeah, we've gotten several.
Asking more than that. I mean, there's a lot of people. I will say, in our town, several years ago, we had a couple. The one had dementia, the other was taking care of the person who did not have dementia died first. Nobody take care of the other one. They were both dead, but I don't know how long, but before the kids got there, the kids that live in town. And years ago at a senior meeting, Marbletown had started something where the goal should be for every person to be able to live in their house. But living in your house, if you get elderly, you may not be able to go down the stairs, or you may not be able to change the light bulb. So they had created a list of what kind of little jobs you need help with, and know this, who are the people that can go do that for no fee, but just that I can go change somebody's light bulb. Because your goal is to have everybody stay in their house. And just small little things. So I am all for this. I think it's a great idea and,
I just say one thing also, and this is, I give kudos to Patrick Connors. We were asked by, Michelle Hinch's office, there's a woman living in town of Hurley that is elderly, very disabled, so forth, and she can't even get out of a driveway. And they asked us if we can help out with finding a driveway. Patrick Connors has her on his list. Takes no money from her at all.
Very nice.
I mean, this is a beautiful act of kindness.
Yes, it was.
I call it a mitzvah.
that reminds me too, at the senior, at one of the senior suit meetings, with the one that was, in February, they were talking about their neighbors who could not get their oil delivered because they couldn't shovel the path to the oil tank
Yes.
as a senior. So those are the kinds of things that we need to take care of and make sure that people have that ability. You can't be in your house freezing because you can't shovel 2 feet of snow. So definitely this is well needed and, all for it. And I think we're gonna get a lot of people that volunteer.
I'm glad to see the safety committee is connected with this, because the safety committee is actually starting to work on this very thing. So I think it's great for the 2 committees to work together.
Yeah.
I think, I will put this on social media as well.
Yeah, well, what we've done, Griff, we have a town survey that's long existent and it just stays online. We've added this committee to that, asking for volunteers, and then we put it on social media and the website, and we have gotten several responses. So it's got some traction and we'll keep promoting it. Yep.
All right, you want to make some comments?
Yeah, I just want to, I'd like to see us change elderly to senior. So it matches the senior outreach committee, so it's not a big deal.
All right,
You want a motion as amended,
motion as amended,
and I'll second that
seconded.
amended motion.
Is there further discussion at all? As I said, Diana, you will be, lead on this.
Just to clarify, the amendment is changing the word in the first paragraph senior as well as the word,
Yeah.
and then now therefore be it resolved.
Yes. In those two places.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Diana, here's those are the volunteers that have,
Thank you
on
for
the
getting this thing going.
That's very good.
resolution appointing Michelle Bergen as a deputy highway superintendent.
Motion.
I'm making a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I guess the only comment I would have, Mike, is what's the duties of the deputy? So she's not day to day anymore? Is there,
First deputy duties not work day to day.
no, but she doesn't know the day to day anymore. She's not working full time. So is there any
Deputy just
concerns?
takes over when.
You're not there.
When you're not
Comes
here?
into capacity, just like a deputy supervisor.
And if you want something that we can.
She worked for him for 7 years, so it's not, he doesn't know.
You get a second on this?
I did.
I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And she did sign the oath.
Okay, there's another resolution to, this again goes with, this goes with Craig, who's talking about, legends with point acting zoning enforcement officers. And, we're talking about William Spencer, we already have an interim, and, Rich, this is another one, William Spencer, we also on this. Do I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Second, Diana, further discussion?
I just have a question. So have we, I know that we had the, two different folks, one from Marbletown and another one.
Sean? and
Yeah, have
Tom
we had to use that at all?
I'm not contract, but Sean, Miles from, Martin, we've used Mark, from Marvel, we've used him. And he was quite good. Quite
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good.
that's nice to have,
Yes.
you always probably go to that with it's a mutual county.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next one, resolution accepting the bid and authorizing a contract for the Hurley Heritage Community Center project.
And you're motioning that?
I'm motioning it.
I'll second. I just have one amendment to this. Where it's 1,000,000 to, 33,000, that 272, that needs to get changed.
Right, exactly. It is
1483.
1,400,105.
And therefore, and it's in whereas.
It's 1,000,000, it's actually 1,348,906 plus a 10% allowance. It gives it 1,483,876 And, as it is right now, we are fully funded for this.
Mike, could you say that full number again? 1 million?
400.
Yep.
83.
Yep. 876.
1,483,080.
Yep. Okay, we're fine. It's just round.
Let's talk about the tree. All right, and I want, Gary,
Do you want,
I'd like to have
Do
discussion.
you want to
but do you want to take care of this
take
first?
care of the?
Well, this is-
The resolution.
Tree.
We're gonna do the community center.
I have it.
Yes.
So it's-
All right.
So we.
Because I know the tree was set for another form of.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Yeah, you have that all the way
Yeah.
at the end. The
Motion
arbiter.
is
Higher
amended.
authority. Yeah, so you
Motion is
can
amended.
discuss it
I'll
then,
second.
otherwise you'll discuss it twice.
All right, any further discussion? By the way, this is going to be a community center on the first floor. It's going to be a community center, welcome center. The second floor is going to house the town historian and also the recreation director and commission. Come up there. There's no charge out to use this thing. Most of the, I've been speaking to Shannon in the library. And basically this is something that's been used greatly by the library come through. We have 10 committees in town of Hurley. They will now meet in this, building more or less.
I'm not planning on zoning.
Not planning and zoning, we have a media.
Yeah,
There are other committees.
not.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that going. All right. Further discussion? All right. Yeah, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye. There's a resolution.
Resolution to award mowing request for proposal from McDermott Landscaping. John already spoke about this and what's going on. I make a motion to accept the motion. I make a motion to accept the resolution. Discussion? All in favor?
What was included on the RFP for mowing? Was the highway gonna mow the proposed landfill or?
The highway's gonna vote, you're doing the program for that. And also the rail trail,
If they're gonna do the sections of the rail trail?
Right.
Yeah.
right? What you can't do in the rail trail, we're gonna do.
Trimming mostly.
Yeah.
Same as last year,
Yeah.
right?
That's a change. Okay,
Oh, they were mowing the old, proposed landfill.
Oh, they were.
When,
you mowed the boat landfill. We wash them, the landfill.
I told them, well, we always did mow, so a couple of, previous administrations, they.
No, the highway's doing the closed landfill. Okay. All right, resolution reappointing Maggie Coleman as the planning board secretary. You actually don't need a resolution because it was resolved with the, planning
Right, we
board.
don't have a sign of that.
Right, right. So this is basically just, yeah, right. So we actually have to vote on this. Okay, resolution accepting restricted donation and authorizing the installation of public benches. I make a motion to accept this. Second discussion. You want to
Are we talking to the rail trail committee too? That they're involved with this? That was
They are
what we-
involved in this thing and then the town involved with this also.
Well, it's right here.
What it is basically, Jody Cooper, a resident of the town of Raleigh, had went around, and she's donating 13 benches. All right, with plaques on it, and then, donation, all that, he put on the rail trail. I've spoken to Mike Schultz, and Mike Schultz, along with Patrick, will install.
Kind of like benches. They don't walk off.
Well, we gotta figure out how to, keep them secure.
And I'm working with John. I don't think, what are they, 3,000?
It's
Let's work on that.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I live there.
Just bolt them to the
The benches
pavement.
that we built out there are
I know,
200 plus pounds, they're not walking off.
we have to figure out how to, make sure they don't walk.
Well, it is a
That's
train.
why I involved the highway department. Thanks, Michael. All right. All in favor? I'm sorry, you have a second?
I second.
Second,
I
all right.
second.
All in favor?
Aye. It is.
It's a very
Very
nice
nice.
gesture. It's a very nice gesture. Resolution to authorize supervisor to execute agreement with the ABC pest control. All right, we'll have a second.
Second. Only question I have is where does the funding come out of? Should we have?
Another
so
building.
where-
Another
So we
building.
can we put that in here?
16/2024.
They're famous trucks are there.
Oh, no, we're talking about the little critters. You have tons, yeah, lots of ants. Right. But they're not our problem, I guess.
The motion is made.
Motion as amended,
No,
16.4 second. All right, discussion. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
This one's easy too.
We're really pushing along.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Designate Grand Marshal for the 2026 Memorial Day Parade. After discussion with, benefit boards on the policy, it was decided that, behind us, who was a volunteer fireman, a vet, I believe,
West Shirley Fire Commissioner, yeah. We don't have a full bio on him yet, but those are the highlights.
You also haven't told them either.
We just did.
All right, you have a motion. Second. All right, any further discussion? All in favor? All right, resolution, to authorize the town clerk to attend the New York Association of Local Government Records Conference. Will you talk about this, okay. Wait, second?
I'll second.
Second. All right, discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. So what's the total budget for conferences that comes out of it? And how much was spent so far?
519.
And are you gonna have any training for any of your staff? Are they gonna be going to any training? Are you gonna?
We only have what, we bring back. And for local meetings. I put this in hoping that I could get public transportation back and forth to Lake Placid, but I can only get it one way. I don't even like driving 3 hours just there. I have to go in though.
So you would run that?
Okay, I mean, I'd like to go, there's a lot of good stuff, but next year they're gonna have it in Saratoga Springs, so that would be something closer. We could involve another person. Do the single fuel. So,
For discussion here. for
yeah, I
this-
could only get a bus going out, I couldn't get one coming, I couldn't get one coming back, I think the church is coming back.
All right, the next thing is discussion on return check, bounce check, more or less come through it. You have it.
Yeah, I read through this. I think it's a good idea to have policy, for sure.
Well, there are 3 town departments that take checks. I take checks and through the transfer station, they come to our department. Zoning and planning, we take checks. I haven't heard of any issues with their checks. We had 1 bounce check 2 years from the transfer station.
You also have one from the building department.
And we have downtown and planning board to do.
Well, did you come? I don't know about the building meeting this year.
This year, the building,
Yeah, and they
Last
sent every
week.
check. I mean, we do not charge people $20. We always send them a letter if I can't reach them. We've had other issues with checks, so they're not return checks, where people forgot to sign the check, or people wrote the wrong amount of the check. So during tax season in particular, we might have a half a dozen cases of some kind of interaction going on. We don't get charged for any of these return checks.
Our bank doesn't charge.
Right, our bank doesn't charge us. It takes a lot less work if we just, we're able to use it to just reach one phone. We've had, I would like to rewrite the policy. I put it on my calendar in June. So, you know, what I think would work best for the department.
That you want to rewrite what this presents.
Right, I really don't want to charge people if we have anybody who's missing abuse, then yeah. And I would like to consider not taking checks of people who don't live in the town of Burley at the transfer.
Anybody can go down, right?
Well, the other, well, because the one time that we got bit, the beginning of last year, was it a 1-day use with somebody out of town?
And how much are the checks?
That's $100. You know, other than that, we haven't had any issues with people.
So,
still have a policy
we
anyway.
should still have. a
Yeah,
policy.
100%.
Yeah, I'm saying we
Put the
should.
$20 in here. We can always decide to waive it
Yeah,
if it's a
correct.
first time offense.
I'd
We
like
don't
to,
have to charge it. I don't see a problem in having a policy.
no, I'd like to rewrite it, in June. I put it on my calendar to work
Okay.
on the policy.
Sure.
And present it back. This month, I'm gonna be more involved with trying to get the hunting and fishing licenses done. Beginning of June, I get stuff into taxes in. So during the month of June, we probably come up, I'd like to come up with something that's more personalized for us.
Okay.
Great.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay, good.
I just wanted to point out in our town code, we do have section 10.1 that actually talks about return checks.
Does it?
It authorizes the board to set. So whatever policy.
Tell them all now.
And we also, on here too, you have also different towns in Suffolk County and what they
And
charge.
they all are.
We all charge. yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly have the power to do that.
But if we're not being charged for the text records,
I guess
I
we
just
should
be having a policy. This
You have to have a policy.
Right, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Right,
But you
right.
don't have to charge them.
Right.
You can always wait discretion.
I think it used to be because we used to get charged town secretary look after our writing checks, our auditing.
I can tell you, KeyBank used to charge us. When we went to Green County, it changed.
I think that, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give you a new policy by the end
Not
of
us,
June.
they charge you.
For the
They
volunteers
charge me
downtown.
$35 a year.
Okay, so you'll take care of that.
I think the other policy that needs to be put into place, and Lynn, you should potentially work on this because it's basically out of your office, is the petty cash policy.
Yes.
How much you want to have, how it's going to be dispersed, how you're going to reimburse it when it goes out. So things of that
We
nature.
don't have petty cash.
But you do have it
We
during,
don't have petty cash.
so if somebody walks in and they want to pay cash for when you do your fishing license, or let's say they want to pay their taxes in cash, and that's happened before, you don't have it.
Cash, we insist on exact.
So you have zero cash in that
We have
office.
zero cash. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but at the moment, for the last 2 years,
I
we
do-
had zero cash.
I do know that was one of the requirements or recommendations by the state when they did the audit. Is a red flag.
I mean, we could restart up the petty cash, also by the fact that we're taking credit cards and it's a very reasonable fee.
No,
It's
it's
much less of an issue.
We are more tech savvy now than we were in the past.
We won't give you any pennies.
And
All right, so we'll revisit this in June.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing is Limbo Tree Service. This is we hired an arborist, certified arborist to come to the old library, the Early Heritage Community Center, to assess the health of the black walnut tree there. And then, what he comes through. Now, he has, on a preliminary discussion, the tree is 85 to 100 years old. That's all. All right. What we are doing, and this is something that we have discussed this here, is that we are going to try to save the tree. We are trying, in a sense, talking to the library about other options that can be done with it. The only problem is that we have to put the parking lot in the rear. Has to be in the rear because we need to have ADA compliant entryway. We can't do it in the front. The Preservation Committee of Hurley is not going to allow us to move the door, widen the door, whatever. So the front of the building now be in the back. And we're going to have a wheelchair lift into the first floor, more or less, and the parking is going to be back there, more or less. So we are now in discussions with the library on how we can, exit and enter in that direction, more or less, and not come in on the west side of the library right now. Come through it. All right. One thing that's going to happen now is we have to put the parking lot back there. Will that damage the roots coming through? It might. It might. We might have to trim the tree a little bit if we're going to do it that root, just to make sure that when we put the new addition on there, we don't want those branches falling on the new addition. So we are going to probably have this arborist, if you determine the tree is healthy, to like maybe trim it a little bit, so allow us to, it won't fall, so the branches won't fall on the new addition comes through. We're going to try.
Is the new-
Contact the mountaintop library about the permeable blacktop.
We haven't done that yet. But I'll call them up and see what's going on. We're still in discussions with the library about what we can do.
The leach field's in the back.
We go in the back.
So
Beyond
beyond the
roots,
park lot.
beyond the park.
Septic's in the
Right, so
back.
the roots won't affect the.
So no,
Okay.
but the roots will affect the pavement.
When you say there's an addition, you're just talking about essentially the
No, we're putting in a 400-foot addition.
2-story.
Square foot.
Square foot.
You are?
Yeah, we're putting in the back there, and that's gonna have basic. Otherwise, it's gonna be too small for community center, so we'll make it a little bigger. And that's gonna be where we do the ADA compliance. We can have a wheelchair lift there. We can have also
Kitchenette,
the what?
bathroom.
Kitchenette, and maybe compliant bathroom next to that.
All right, so the only thing we have to discuss is getting the final on there before.
I will talk to you, we'll get that coming to the table. Second question, how are we doing with the books? With the, next shed more or less?
We had it open last week, some books were taken, we're gonna have to probably get a dumpster and be after that.
I'd rather not destroy books. I'd
I
rather,
understand the condition is not great.
they so bad for books. Because one of the things that what the idea was basically is that we can move the shed and bring it to the park and use it there. But I've talked to John and everything, and I believe the shed is bolted to the ground. And to remove it, it's gonna be problemsome. Might just have to take it down. Don't do it, or the, Mullins. We'll take it down for us in sense. But we're gonna see if we can move it up and have it delivered to the park. Another storage site.
But for now, the process is,
Of course.
yeah, we may just be, the old that shed it, maybe good.
Well,
You shed.
the second shed, that's one for the back, we took down, it was in bad shape. So this one here, on precursory looks like it's okay, but again, if it's bolted down, that's gonna be a pain to remove it all. So we'll see, we'll see if we can do something there. Okay, all right,
I like George.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I like George.
You involved with-
Mike, there was this that Samara left on everybody's desk,
Yes, yes.
the justice court thing.
Yeah, let's go back, you have a question?
I just, in that package I gave you, there's a arborist report at the back. He's certified New York arborist. And he will refer, it's only a stage one, but the rest of it.
Well,
They need like a 20-foot radius around the base. We're not putting any pavement up.
okay, I'll look at it. So, like I said, that our feeling here is that we're gonna try the best we can to save the tree. All right?
Yes, I have a question. Is there a plan C?
Plan C. Well, put it this way. You know, there's a plan C and it's a plan A. And plan A is we're working on we're gonna build the early Heritage Community Center. And we're saying it's gonna be, work on this. All right. Plan B is talking to library about that. Plan C, well, Plan C's original plans, which is having a driveway on the east and west side of the Heritage Community Center. And that's gonna damage the tree automatically. And there's a cost, it's gonna force us to take the tree down automatically. Do that kind of thing.
Thanks for the best.
Well, what, the thing is though, that in the plan, in the 1.45 million, whatever, is to do the library, we have plans to put a driveway on the east and the west side and have a parking lot in the back. All right. So discussion with the library board, I was saying that, all right, if we could share the driveway, we will pave the library driveway, make it wider, because Mike Schultz has issues with it's narrow where his plows get in there. So we would widen it, and we would actually, upgrade the driveway, both the driveway and going in and going out. We looked at the cost analysis. It's cheaper to repair your driveway,
Bring it to grade.
than to actually build two new driveways. And I spoken to the county. They don't like the idea of having two more curb cuts for drivers there. Especially in that aspect of it. We just have one. We just have the library driveway models being shared. And I showed you Ben Slava's drawings about how that could be done, more or less, and you can utilize. You put it this way: you're going to be utilizing the community center. You're going to be the prime user of this thing. All right, the parking lot back there is going to hold about 8 to 10 cars parked there, away from the tree as much as we can, going that way, and beneficial for everybody. Our goal over here is to make everybody happy. I think we can. But we're going to try. We are going to try here, and we're talking about people. I understand.
I had somebody come out to take a look at this thing. It's just, there's still a bit that I think it's never filled with pressure.
Well, Shannon? Yeah. I spoke to the project, I spoke to the construction manager from Mullins. He likes the idea of shared driveway.
I know, our concern is just staying open and operating the site.
all I'm saying to you that, you know, you're gonna be disrupted, obviously, with construction. But you're gonna be disrupted no matter what, one way or the other. We're gonna try as much as we can, to at least let disruption coming through here. We're gonna try, but we have to do something with that old library. We just can't get it. It's been vacant for 13 years already. And every administration is saying, to do something, do something. We're gonna do something. Yes. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I mean, like, you know, I spoke to the town historian, he will outfit it, we will put up all the old pictures that he has over here, getting through here. Well, we're also gonna put in dividers. So we can divide the place up. I mean, if need be, make one big community center or dividers for all for committee meetings. I think it's a win-win situation. Supervisor will be. No, the supervisor will be. You. Whoever is sitting in the seat right now. Now it's me. But if I'm not here, it'll be the supervisor, then we'll be taking care of the meeting.
One thing I'll say is there's no.
And like, I'll tell you what, one of the other concerns of the library, they need some that shovel for sidewalks.
We already took care of that. We are gonna have our maintenance person.
Okay.
He'll do that. Well, we haven't done it yet. You know, so we have some money that's planning to shovel the driveway.
Shovel sidewalks.
Well, the driveway's gonna be,
Well,
you.
the town's got plowed driveway. Right, and part, but we were concerned about shoveling the.
We have
Why is
some-
it gonna shovel this driveway?
No, I'm gonna be charged about taking care of it. I will delegate who will do that. That'll be you. I have nothing else. Oh, yeah, one more thing.
This is in the packet.
Yes, this is for Irma. There's a early court is requesting permission for Irma Moore to attend the DWI seminar in Glennsville, New York on May 5th, 7th, 2026. And, there'll be maybe a meal charge on Thursday and come out at 4 o'clock.
I need one of those.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the second,
All right. I'm done.
Did we have the plumber or-
We are, yeah, I'm done here. Do you want to say Diana?
No.
Where? Really? Anybody here, John? All right, where's that?
I'll make an announcement at the IDA. Just in case you missed this in the newspaper, you might want to know that the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency has scheduled a public hearing on a proposal that would give tax breaks to developers with lithium-ion battery projects and renewable energy applications. We have a meeting that evening, but the hearing is Tuesday, May 12th at 5:30 in the legislature chamber on the 6th floor of the county office building on Fair Street. Obviously, you can write letters, if you can't go to the meeting.
Is that Tuesday?
Tuesday, May 12th.
We can't come, we can't.
Right, we can't, we have our own town board meeting, but might wanna write a letter or.
Only two of us to go.
Need someone to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hate to see them encourage Lori. Places.
You can go. Sure, you just can't just.
Yeah, we can, we're going.
All right. Make a motion to open up, second public comment.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Alice, you want to speak before?
You left us hanging. You left us hanging.
We're trying, we're really trying.
Here's the concern.
Ralph? Ralph?
The, couple weeks ago, Annie Berglund from the Open Space Institute, all years who I work with this number of committees and myself, we took a long walk on that. ONW wooded section, 3,000 feet. We determined that there's a lot that has to see. So what we ended up discussing was the fact that we should probably address the grant for an engineering study to start. That's what we're at right now. So I have, are we supposed to get in touch with?
Yeah,
Dennis?
Hudson River Valley
Yeah.
Greenway.
Yeah.
Has grants for this thing, and it is a grant that's coming out and closes in July, I think.
Yeah.
July.
I'm gonna try and submit it based on an engineering study.
Okay.
For starters. Too much.
Someone need to want this. So, I don't know who that is. So, they hired a coordinator, HRBC. So you could point out exactly who to work with.
The guy's name is Dan Jeanson. I have his number. He's the one that will, he's the one that turned us down last year for the grant. So he worked with us. I have his number in my office. Dan Jeanson, Jeanson. I have to go back a little bit. I forgot to mention about the attic repairs and so forth. We're still taking bids and all that.
I think,
Public comment.
Public now also.
I think Mike wants to talk also.
I'm just saying that, we're still waiting on bids to these vessels. I mean, the bids we have 3 bids so far. One's $50,000, one's $100,000, and one's $56,000. My feeling is, let's just cement the building up. Okay. So we're gonna work on that. Also, we are in the process right now of repairing the rails on the fencing at the old cemetery. All right. We have, Patrick is working it. I have to get someone else to work with me. Those are the 3 men to do that thing. So I'm gonna try to find someone else to work with them. They'll put the rails in. We have all of the supplies necessary and so forth. We just have to, get someone to help me improve it.
You said get someone else, what, already work now?
I'm gonna try to see,
Jim won't assist? Your
I'm
historian?
trying to get maybe like, Javier Perez, Jr. In other words, he's working 2 days up there, and he gives like 3 days down here. Come through there and, do that kind of thing. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up, you want to go for a grant for an engineering study, but I know that, what's the major concerns of it? Trees?
It's the actual contours of the trail itself.
Because I know that, in 2018, we did a assessment and, a proposal to remove a lot of the dead wood that's on the trail. Actually, last night I got a text from my sister. A dead tree fell and almost hit her right here by the bridge on Main Street. I had the crew go down this morning and clean it up. And so, you need to be cognizant of the dangers of dead trees, especially the ash. We drive back here. The bridges seem like they're in pretty good shape. We were talking about.
Is that okay?
We were talking about, top dressing that trail to get rid of mud too.
Well, there's drainage. The big issue is drainage. That because of the fact that there's some of the section that's this way, it would have to end up,
Correct.
being
So,
mounted. The culverts where necessary would have to be.
Maybe
there's
better
there was a
spend
lot
money
to
to
be
do the
found.
work instead of.
Yeah, we can work with,
How much we can know what we're looking at. With that.
Okay.
One step at a time.
I hear you. So we'll sit down and talk about this. Yep. Okay, so the public comment, anybody wish else this week?
Did, John say anything about the Memorial Day parade? Did we publicly say it's gonna be about the Memorial Day parade or?
Reference to the Grand Marshal?
No, just the parade itself.
So that usually, unfortunately, with the parade, it's like a last minute thing. Everybody doesn't join until, I did state that, but, it's tough. The parade goers are like days before the actual parade, and all of a sudden you have like, everyone's coming out. Samara's on that, yeah.
She handles it.
Yeah, I mean, she's got it down.
We have the solicitation up online and the announcement of when it starts and such.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything all day, all night.
I think they signed up. Once you close public,
I am.
I did forget one thing I just wanted to discuss, but go ahead, close. public.
Make a motion to close public hearing, public comment number 2. Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm sorry, so I did forget this during rec. We did qualify for the $5,000 grant from the Hometown Heroes. Those of you who are used to seeing our veterans when you go through Uptown Kingston and or Kingston, and other, beautiful municipalities across New York State. Hurley has now qualified for that, and I'll be working on that. Figure out, I'd like to do, it's a $5,000 award. And I'd like to do obviously Main Street, but I got to figure out where I can do it in the West Hurley Park. I got to figure out how to incorporate West Hurley. So I have a lot of work ahead of me to do so.
That's good.
So,
Thanks.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Ken.
That'll be going out to the public soon for people to give us feedback for who they'd like to nominate for that. Be on the banners.
Awesome.
Okay. So we're back, okay, I make a motion to adjourn into executive.
You need to close the public-
We did. We did.
So, second,
Ahead of
we
you.
should go through. It's not executive session because.
Yeah.
That's separate and distinct from the executive session. And the one that said we're talking about this CBA, the change. That's the number.
Okay.
So in there, there's going to be the need for form.
Okay,
And then this. How many batters? And pertaining to this one of them. Appointment.
yes. So first thing is, we're gonna go through,
So do we go into the current client attorney first and then come out and then go into
Whichever you want to do
executive
first,
session?
I would say you want to
Yeah.
go.
So you motion to
So
go
then
into
motion to go
client.
into an
attorney
attorney-client
client
session.
session.
Um,
I'm gonna invite the town, board, obviously, yourself, John Perry, and also,
Deputy
Supervisor
Supervisor
and Greg
the
Petro,
planning
planning board chair.
Okay. And that's for which one?
This is for attorney-client session.
That's the first
That's
one.
The first one.
So we'll just do that and then.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you, and thank you, everybody.